like the love train happening.
Do you know what? For a brief moment, I'm like, she's not going to accept my request, and I'm going to be super sad. I'm like, that is ultimate ghosting. Set it up and then say, no.
Could you imagine if I was like, yeah, I got this. I'm okay.
Yeah, that would just be, that's a single tear situation. That is unacceptable. Oh, good girl. Hello.
Cheers, my dear.
Hello. Cheers to you. We should be at a convention somewhere hugging all these lovely people who are sending us messages from Norway. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I love
like
it.
If we
it's
had
so
that,
great.
we should be with them, but there's no hugging allowed in the world anymore.
There is no hugging, but I hope that everybody is joining us from home, that they are
from home
at home with their loved pets. And I had this, my loved ones.
I said that. Did you see it? I put that. I was tidying up, and I came across it. And I was like, oh, well, that's the most delicious flashback ever.
It's insane.
And what was fantastic was how completely chilled and out of it he was in the most lovely way. He was so chill. He was a fan.
He loved the show so much.
You see, if I was still living in LA, I'd say, make my hair look like yours, please.
Oh, yes. I mean, it would last on you for 2 seconds. Like, this is a very, very, very black hairstyle. But
you need the proper hair, don't you? This stuff ain't going to cut it. You do.
You do need the proper hair. You'd be like Bo Derek in 10.
Hey, Bo Derek, except I'd be at 2. Which would be, frankly, unacceptable.
Never. I love seeing your face. It's been forever, my friend.
It's ridiculous. I love the fact that you're in the sunshine. I'm in the dark.
Well, it's very Cruella to be.
It's been, well, that's right, darling. It's been gorgeous here, but it is not running around in your bikini weather quite as yet as it is.
I'm in a sundress. I'm ready. I mean, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. It's not really that kind of weather quite yet, but I like to bring on the summer.
But if you were here, you would consider that sundress weather without any question whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's only because you live there. You're like, it's not 82. I'm not.
Listen. I'm so waiting for like next Wednesday when it's like 85, and it's all good.
Oh my, send some over. Just stick it in an envelope and send it over to us over this side of the world, if you don't mind. That would be lovely.
I will do what I can.
But this is what actors do now, because we can't go to set and because we can't work. And it's unacceptable for us not to be able to talk and create drama. So this is the way forward.
It is. And you know what, like, it's so great that so many people are going live with cool things. Like DJ Nice has a great set that he does, like, every other day, and I loved seeing Bex and Sean the other day, and
I didn't see it. I wish I'd seen it.
Oh, they were adorable, but they were like all cozy and jammies. And I was like, you know what? As one of the senior members of Once Upon a Time, I'll be putting on a face.
No,
I'll be putting on a face.
Yeah, we're not doing jammies. Listen, we're in lockdown. We're in quarantine. We do pajamas all day long.
Yeah, give me an excuse. I just need a reason. The fact that I don't have like fancy shoes on right now, it is,
I'm sad.
I'm
sad you don't have fancy shoes on. But this is what, as far as I'm concerned, anytime I always say to the kids, if I've got lipstick on and my hair's done, be concerned, because that means mommy is losing her mind. Because it's the only way. Sometimes you just gotta get it together so that you don't live in perpetuity in your sweatpants.
Yes, completely.
It's not cool. And what are you doing for lunch? You're going to do something lovely?
That's a very good question.
You can't go anywhere. Are you as locked down as we are?
So locked down, and I did what was what is now the 3-hour shopping trip, because it's like a mask and gloves and waiting in the line, and it's Russia 1982, and I mean, everybody's been very respectful, and you're 6 feet apart. And I like to go to the stores. Like I went to Trader Joe's where they only bring a certain amount of people in at a time, just very civilized in terms of what we're doing.
That's
but
smart.
It is, then you got to come home and clean everything. Like I watched that video of the guy who says for the doctors, like, this is how you clean everything. Yeah. So, once I delivered some stuff to my parents who I won't let go to the grocery store anymore, and my neighbor who I won't let go to the grocery store, it's not like I won't let them. I'm like, I'm going. Can I help you? You know, because
Yes.
if one of us has to, you know, like you're going to clean all your stuff when I bring it home to you, but like, let me suffer the indignity of the weight and the whatnot. But yeah,
But also, don't pretend that you won't let them go to the store. You're passively aggressively telling them you're not leaving your house because you're old and we don't want you to die, which is completely acceptable. And frankly, the best thing that you can do, because that's all we can do at the moment, is
right.
hide. I got all my groceries back. I'm going to a gas station, or I'm going to a petrol station to get my groceries. And literally, I sent my friend a picture of me Detolling down the bagel packet. Like you gotta do it for everything, because you just don't. You have no idea. But I had a highlight today, Mer, where the guys in the garage wanted to know where I got my mask from, because apparently I had a superior mask. I'm like, oh. I was gratefully given it. And yeah, so I think this is the new accessories are not shoes, bags, and earrings. They are masks and gloves.
Yes, you know, my neighbor is the head of infectious diseases at UCLA. You know, and she's just
wow,
talking about everything, and she's just, you know, every day, what can I bring you? How can I help you? What can I make treats for you? Wow. She's like, nobody wants, like, please don't make us treats. Like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe we'll take some stuff. But you know, it's wow, it's, you know, and you know what's really interesting is that she was saying she's normally responsible for a lot of HIV patients. You know, that's her focus. And, you know, that with that, you know, there's, you know, lots of drugs and trials, but now she really feels like she's doing something, because it's very hands-on on the daily, you know. So applause to all of our,
for sure,
hard working.
And everybody who's at the front line, like over here it's the NHS. Like people at the front line, and it's not just the NHS and the doctors and the nurses and the hospital cleaners and the admin. It's also the guys who are stacking our shelves. Like, stacking our shelves and running the petrol stations and the supermarkets. And is that your pussycat?
It is my pussycat. Everybody's jumping in. Duffy, Suki, my dog, came in. Like everybody, I just was trying to get a pillow to prop up so I don't have to hold the phone. Like I was like, this is going to be a total shag if I have to hold the phone the whole time.
Yeah, no, I like the Britishness of the shag. I like that. Very good. But yeah, no, it is. It's a hello, love. Oh my God, she'd be marvelous mittens, darling. Marvelous.
She's old and she's like, are you kidding? Like, what? Are you kidding? Like, I'm not ready for. I'm not
ready for Instagram Live. I know. Listen, none of us are. But it's been pretty hardcore. How are you coping?
How am I coping? I take a hike every day. I go safe distance with a friend. She walks on the other side of the street. So we do that first thing in the morning. So far I have logged in 53 miles. In 2 weeks.
Good girl. Yeah. That's great.
You know, and my kids were going with me when they were with me. And, you know, I have a little break because they're with their dad right now. So that's nice. And, you know, I'm staying connected. Like this was really, I'm glad we did this, because it was like, I got a great chance to chat with you this morning. And, you know, so it's just important. Here's the two things that I do every day. I connect with somebody, three things. I connect with somebody, whether it's physically outside across the street or, you know, these little FaceTime things, or, I walk every day. I get outside, sunshine, and, I try and do one nice thing for someone else every day.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. My kids and I started doing that last week, writing a note to the, you know, elder neighbor who lives up the street, like checking in on somebody. Do they need something? You know, just something, you know, I posted something this morning about how this is an affluential situation that we can shelter at home because we have a home. Yeah. We have an inside place to go.
Yeah. We're so lucky.
And we can go to the grocery store still, and we are not martial law into our house, and we can take walks, and we have toilet paper. A lot of us. So, and hand sanitizer. So, you know, to try and do whatever we can, a little something for somebody else every day.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I think that's genius. Well, we live on a golf course in Surrey. So we're about 35, 40 minutes outside of London, which is, you know, at the moment, frankly, the hotbed. And so we live on this golf course in Surrey. So what's brilliant about that is that obviously, you know, everything's shut down, everything's closed. So we are every day after we've done our schoolwork, which is, turns out I'm excellent at grade 5 math, but by grade 7, there's a little bit of Googling from mother. Makes me sad.
By the way, can we just shout out all the moms homeschooling? And that is doing something nice for somebody else every day. Like that in itself.
As far as I'm concerned, every teacher should have a suitcase of cash handed to them at the end of the day, because it is hard. And but you know, yeah, and with 3 kids where you're, you know, I've got grade 9 over here, grade 7 over here, grade 5 over there, and constantly sort of juggling, I don't know, trying to work out what it is they're doing between history and geography and maths. And look, but it's incredible. But they're so good about doing it. I mean, to be fair to them, they're really good about doing it. And then in the afternoon, we have a cutoff point where it is, right, we get in our bikes or we take the dogs and we just walk or cycle for an hour and a half out into, because we've got this incredible golf course that's like 5 miles of just green British land. And there's no golfers on it saying, get out of the way, young people. So we're just, yeah, so we're just off. We would never walk on a green. I've been brought up by a golfer. I would never even think about it. But it is, you know, that's the thing that's keeping us sane, I think. And a game of Scrabble, very important.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. Scrabble, huge.
We played Rummy Cub, which I call Rummy Cube. And we,
what's Rummy Cub? Hang on, what's Rummy Cub?
It's like a numbers matching thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your agent calling.
Oh my God,
Meryl wants in on the Instagram Live.
She's like, what's happening? This is much better.
Why is she not part of it? Go, sort that out.
I don't know this is.
I love how many people have joined us.
I know, it's really lovely. I'm going to let it go to voice.
What is that?
I'm letting it go to voicemail because I don't know who that is. Should I get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if the voicemail comes over and it's like your gynecologist, you'll be more embarrassed.
Hello. Hi, who's this?
It's Instagram. Hi from Dublin. Hi, Dublin.
Hi. You know what? I have to call you back. I'm in the middle of something, but I will call you.
Hi, Brazil.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
It's amazing. Hi from Devon. Look at everybody's in. Vic, this is gin. Well, could be. That's Cruella's favorite, the old gin. I love it. And listen, there's so many of you that we would have loved to have seen in Wales, because you were coming to Wales, weren't you, Mer?
I was not coming to Wales because I was not invited.
Unacceptable. You were going to a different one, though, weren't you? Florida's here. But you see, we got to do a con together, hun. When are we doing this villains thing?
Well, you know what? I will say this. I talked to Julie. Well, first of all, they have to sort out everything that's happening with the cons that are in effect today, you know, at this time.
Yeah.
But, I just want to say we're working on it. Like, there is definitely plans afoot. We are working on it.
Okay, great. We need to do that because I think that'd be fantastic. And apparently you're going to Paris. Are you going to Paris if that happens? I've been invited to Paris this year. You have to upset somebody. Can't imagine.
I haven't been. I have not been invited.
Darling, who did we upset? What did we do?
I don't know, but I think it's the last couple of years when I couldn't go, and so then now everybody's like, okay, well, she's not coming, and I'm like,
do you remember back in the day where it was just a flight away, and now there's no planes? Do you know what I have to say? The incredible thing is going to be how grateful we're going to be for all the freedom that will, please God, it's going to, I can't get my head around the idea that when this comes to the end of this particular moment in time, and it has to because everything passes, when this comes to the end, how are we not all going to rush out the door, go to our favorite bar, restaurant, the airport, get out of town? How are we not all going to be like lemmings down a funnel trying to just get out of our homes? How do we stagger that?
What's the first thing that you're going to do? Like, what's the first thing that you want to do?
What is
besides get back to school?
That would be really, really lovely. I would love to meet people that I love in a bar and restaurant for a dinner where I get, do you know what the first thing I want to do is? Hug people. I want to hug people again. I want to be able to say hi and hug them. I want to be able to, hello. That's the bit that I miss that a lot, I have to say. You don't realize how much sort of care and validation you get and how you communicate through physicality until you're just not allowed to do it again. You know, I'm not talking about anything dirty or weird or twisty, just, you know, you're either a tactile human or you're not, you know?
Yeah, no, we are, as actors, I think, especially, it's a humanness, you know, but I think that there's going to be a shift in that. Like, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I'll go to a casting and it's people that I love and I've known forever and there's big hugs and it's like, that's not going to happen anymore. I think that there's going to be you know, even people that so when we're out walking, you know, there's a distance, but like, you'll see somebody coming and you do this weird shimmy. You do this weird,
you do
like, hi, and like shimmy to the other side of the street. It's like, you know, a friend of mine asked me this the other day, like, what are you going to do? Like, what's your thing? And my first, like, going out, I'm for sure going to go down to Open Air. It's a bar restaurant in Koreatown, and it'll be the perfect time of year. I always do my birthday there. It's like outside, it's gorgeous. It's open air, you know, the food's amazing. And then there's a place called Break Room 86 right near it, like right around the corner in the same hotel. And they have 80s dancing.
Oh, boom. Boom. I mean, that's the start and the end of it. Oh, right there.
But number one, a manicure pedicure. And get my hair done. Because right now we're good. Because I got it, like, it was literally like March 13th. And I was like, okay. And so I have time.
I know,
but,
everybody,
you know,
nails, hair. Did you see that? Did you see that meme where it's kids with the bowl cuts again because their parents are doing their hair again?
Like, I haven't seen that one, but did you see the one where it's the monsters from Monsters Inc. like walking forward to get to and that's like everybody going to get their hair and their nails done.
I know, it's wild. I mean, if you're a hairdresser with a hazmat suit right now, you'd be making a fortune. My friend told me that her hairdresser is doing drive-bys, so she's in a full like gloves and mask. You come to the side of her house, she will come out with it, like your mix, put it in your hair, and then you drive off and wash it out when you get home. Stop it. That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
That's genius, but that's genius.
Hair color is not my issue because I have like one or two grays. Like, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
But these don't last forever.
Oh, do they not? They look like they should.
Look, they last a long time. They last a really long time. But
how long do they last? How long have you got?
Like, at the maximum, 2 months.
Oh, where have you gone?
It's like a hair color.
Oh, okay.
There you are. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, no, I'm back.
I'm okay. I should be okay. I should be at the very bitter. There'll be hats. There'll be a lot of hats at the end.
There will be for all of us. I think just like full on sleeper suits. I think that's the only way with the eyes.
Wait, somebody just came in. Somebody just wrote in and said, have you seen people doing nails through a mail slot?
No.
What? Can you imagine sticking your hand through? It's like a weird, perverted scene.
No, not if you're nails. Like if it was other parts of you, yes. But if it's your nails, you're probably all right. But
yeah, but what if your hands are in there and then they make you touch something that you don't want to touch?
Okay, yeah, that's gross. Ew. That's no. Okay, that's a no. I'm just going to live with my monkey nails because it's not acceptable. I could literally climb trees without any concern whatsoever. But it's, you know what, I have to say, it's not my biggest concern.
It's my nails and and you know what, I'm a grown-up person. Like, I can manage that, you know, and we're not like, in the heart of summer. And first of all, who am I seeing? But it's also not the heart of summer where like I'm wearing flip-flops all the time and sandals and things like that. Like we're okay.
Yeah, you can do
I'm
it.
happy that this didn't go down and I had the gel on, because then it's a disaster sitting.
I just picked mine off.
Oh,
I know. It's not good.
brutal.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It's not good.
But you know what? These are literally champagne problems.
100% champagne problems. They are 100%, okay, wine problems, but still so irrelevant. It's not funny. So we're not concerned at all. And how are the girls coping with it? Because what's amazing is like the kids adapting. Like kids have had to adapt to earthquakes and people buying guns down the street and fires raging, and now it's like, hey kids, guess what, coronavirus is a thing. And they're so amazingly adaptable to it's almost like I feel like my children are living in a sci-fi movie that I was not brought up in.
Well, it's Logan's Run, and we're like, oh, let's everyone stay here, and then we're gonna kill off the elderly. Like, you have to, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but in Logan's Run, you were done by 30.
That's true. That's true.
Like that green jewel went out at 30, and they had to go through the ice corridors. If any of you haven't seen Logan's Run, make it so. That's part of your quarantine.
The fact that you said the green jewel.
It was the green jewel. Do you remember?
It was
the green
the green
jewel was in the hand, and it was not pulsating, and it would die, and then you end up in the frozen corridor with the bears. Like, no.
I
Jenny
hadn't thought
Agutter.
of that because I saw it when I was little, and it freaked me out. Like it was like,
Scarred. You scarred so hard you still remember it. Now you're 22. See what I did there? I'm 23 again on Tuesday.
It is, you guys. Let's all say happy birthday to Victoria.
On Tuesday, I'm 22 again, 23 again. I know. It's come around so fast. It's
Isn't that? Wait, hasn't it been a year? Was it your birthday last year that I saw you?
That's what happens.
Was it 2 years
Every year you get a birthday right on the same day. That's how it works.
No, but I'm
getting the stink eye. I'm getting the Merrin stink eye. I'm so glad this is on FaceTime or Instagram or whatever we're on.
Yeah, somebody's gonna freeze that, and there's a meme. It's already happening. Let me just say this. Okay, you've been gone now 2 years?
No, I've been gone only since June.
Okay, so but what I'm trying to say is, so last year that because we went out for your birthday, we went to Wally's, and I was trying to find that photo this morning, so I wasn't reposting the same photo.
But no, that photo is from Wally's. No, not from Wally's.
That
was from the breakfast.
Brunch.
That was from the breakfast. Yeah.
Yes, that was the brunch at Toast.
Yes, which was
it? No, Taste or Toast? Taste. Taste.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
it all depends on how you say your A's. But yes, no, and then the Wally's. Yes, the Wally's. That was a year ago.
The Wally's was 2 years ago.
Yeah, because it was
the Wally's was
just before, just after, because I was over here for my birthday, looking for a house and a school for the kids. Yeah, Jesus. I know they're coming around far too quick. I mean, like you. But also, if you had said to me, Mare, hey, love, by the time you turn your next year, there's going to be this, Mother Nature's going to unscrew this vat of coronavirus, and it's going to be from people eating bats, and we're going to send it through the wet markets, and we're going to globally stop everything so that you all sit down and take stock of how you live and how you protect your community, I would not have believed you. It's crazy when you think about it. I mean, it's fantastic, and somehow in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 4 years, we'll all go, that's why it had to happen.
Right. But there will be a resolve. We need to stop for a second and say hi to our friend Sean McGuire, because I believe he has joined.
Stop it now.
Like, say hi to Sean, and it's like,
where's Sean? Where is he?
What's up, mi amigo? He was talking about
Sean, are you there?
He's learning Spanish, apparently. So.
Hola, Sean. ¿Qué tal?
Hola, Sean.
Is he going to write us? Can he join us?
I don't know. Maybe he just he could have popped in and then been like, oh, this is horrible. I gotta go.
Yeah, they're talking about nails. He has to leave. Oh, he's there. He says, yes, I'm here.
Hi, babe.
Sean, send us a request.
there's questions at the bottom. Why don't we talk for like a few more minutes and then we'll like get some questions? Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Absolutely.
right.
Well, what questions? Where are the questions at the bottom? I'm so.
I guess because I'm the host. Like it's a Zoom. Zoom.
Right.
Zoom.
Okay.
I'm gonna Zoom. That's an old bit, and if you don't know and you're not American, you would not know that bit. But
I don't know. I'm not American, and I'm not old.
No, Annabeth Gish brought that up yesterday about Zoom, and every time I hear Zoom, I want to go Zoom, and it's an old TV show that was for kids called Zoom.
Is this another one of your? What was the one where you had the two animals? You talked about the two animals. You kept on saying about, I know, Barney and Hubble or something. I don't know. You know what? Do you remember? I remember having
we couldn't even remember what the name of our
Hinge and Bracket. I remember
our
having
talk show
about. Oh yes, we need a talk show.
Well, when you said that talk show that we would talk about, this is the one, so she'll be really excited. So Vic and I came up with a talk show that we thought we should do because we really want to be on the cover of Hello and we want to be on Graham Norton. So we want to do a talk show.
Graham Norton is vital. Yeah, good Irishman.
Right. It was something about drinks with us. Like it was sort of like,
yeah.
I don't even know. And then you were mad because I didn't invite the guest to have a drink immediately. You were like, Merrin, like it's
been
5 minutes.
I was a funny little Irish advice with Vicky Smurfit. And you were the head person, and I'd be in the back going, no, Merrin, that's not what you do. You do this, no. And you were like, super American, super fabulous, super smart, super. And I'd be like, no.
Ah,
yes, I remember that.
Advice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Advice. Oh my
Irish
God.
advice.
Totally.
Well done. Good.
Yes.
So hang on, Sean. So if Sean is there,
yes.
But can they ask us questions and we just have to?
Okay. I have 25 questions here, so let's see.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Oh,
see, I don't have that. I've just got love hearts bubbling around the place.
I'm posting
really
lovely.
lovely.
Yes. Oh my God. All right. What's the funniest thing that happened on set? This is coming from the Pretty Evils. What is the funniest thing that happened on set? Do you remember?
Oh God. I mean, funny things happened all day, every day. I will never forget as long as I live having to do a scene where I had to fall over, and your face just before I fell was, and it would have to be screenshot. I haven't got your face, and your absolute disdain for my stupidity was so exceptional. Your utter, because no matter and I'd be falling, and you just like, girl. And
okay,
that was one of my. I loved all that.
This is what I thought you were going to say, and we've talked about this before, but I know it's a fan favorite story. When I fell asleep.
Oh, in the back of the car! I love that so
that the night that we did the disco "More Than a Woman" when we were all dancing in the car. That was so. I had been in England, and then they had to for holidays for Christmas, and then they had to fly me back for the show, and I was so tired.
You were exhausted.
I was beyond.
And then what would happen, because I'm going to have to take over at this point because you are the butt of the gag. What would happen is we all had lines to say. We're all in the car. It's really
I'm in the back seat though, and it's hot.
She's in the back seat.
On.
I've got the heat cranked up in the car. It's the line would go.
It's literally 3 a.m. because they had to pull the plug on.
It was the lighting guys literally sparks pull the plug literally because we went over. So we had the scene went. Lana spoke, I spoke, Kristen spoke, Merrin spoke. Lana spoke, I spoke, Kristen spoke, Merrin spoke. And we're all going bump, 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 bump. And they're like, okay, turn over and action. And Lana says,
let me just pause it. Let me pause it because I'm pinching my leg hard to try and stay awake. Pinching my leg to stay awake.
Bless you. I know, so hard. And then it goes, and it's literally 3 o'clock in the morning. This is our last take to get this right. And it goes, Lana says something, I say something, Kristen says something. And Merrin is out.
If you go back and watch it, you can see me like this. You can see me sleeping in the back of the car.
Really?
I swear to God. Yes. And you should be dead at the story because somebody's like, I'm already dead at the story. I'm like, yeah, because it's ridiculous and funny and it's true. That's why it's funny. It's true.
Oh, no, it was so funny. I think it was at that point the sparks went, right, we're pulling the plug. Like, we're done.
Oh my God. I also love I'm going to use this piece of art that my daughter made that I think is really awesome to just demonstrate. So look how cool is this?
Oh, that's super cool.
These are like real leaves that she painted with gold. Anyway,
Oh,
but this, imagine this is Kristen's cane. And so my favorite thing is when Kristen would go, so she'd be holding the cane and then she'd go,
oh, yeah.
what?
Yeah.
No. Well, all right, fine. Stop arguing. And she would have conversations with the cane.
Full on conversations with the cane. I remember. Yeah.
Oh, that made me wet my pants. Lord, it's funny.
Well, you have to entertain yourself on set. There's an awful lot of hurry up and wait. So you've got to keep yourself, and you can't just like fall into a coma. So you've got to keep yourself going, right? Yeah.
One of my favorite things too is when we were all, and I'm sure everybody's bored of this story too, but I'll just say it again because why not? Because I'm in my house alone. And
we all are, thank God.
Yes. Thank God. So when it's the scene in Ursula's episode where she gets her happy ending, and Ernie Hudson comes in as my dad, and he's in the big fur, and I'm like with a tentacle, like a faux tentacle, wrapped around Ginny's neck, and Ginny's going and faking that, and Jennifer Morrison's got like laser hands, and Hook is like ready to go. I don't know what he's gonna do, and then they go and cut, and then Ginny just goes, acting's embarrassing sometimes, isn't it? Because we're all like doing these crazy, pretend, outrageous things.
Brilliant.
Oh,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we had to do that the Pinocchio stuff, and it was so hot? Oh my God, it was so hot.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. Thankfully, I didn't have to wear my fur for that one because usually I would win because I had the furs. And we'd be out in the forest, and I'd be winning at the races because I remember you hugging me at times because you'd be in your sexy leather. And I'm like, you can take your sexy leather.
Thin. Or I'd be in the green thing with nothing. Yeah.
Whereas
and
really,
I was literally like,
you need to be hugging the big chunky furry girl.
Like, thank God you didn't go, Merrin, #me too. Like, stop it, because I was like molesting you underneath the fur. I was like,
there was a lot of hugging back in the days when one could hug. It was essential. Well, I had Clarissa, darling, keeping me marvelous. And I remember you giving out stinks to me because I wouldn't be Cruella in my Uggs, and you were like, "You're so stupid." Merrin does this and goes like, "You're stupid. You're stupid." I'm like, I know.
That's deadhead. Yes, her coat was named Clarissa. Her coat was your coat was named Clarissa. Oh, did you freeze? Did we lose Vic?
Sorry, somebody tried to call me. Somebody tried to call me. I had to tell them to go away. But
did you say I'm on Instagram Live?
Yeah, no, I just cancelled. But yeah, there was that. There were so many fantastic times. Like it was.
All right, should we take another question? Let's see if there's another question.
Oh yeah, go.
Let's see. We have 72 questions. I don't even know what to do. Oh. You can speak French. I can't speak French. Can you speak French?
Un peu seulement.
All right. How long have we been friends? It feels like forever.
Forever.
Our whole lives.
Yeah.
Forever.
But when did we start this Once Upon a Time situation? Hang on, Flynn is texting.
2015. 2015, I would say. Wasn't it 2015? Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, since then, because you rocked up on set. Do you remember when we did our camera test, and the three of us were in our gear, and we were rock stars in? It wasn't in like an aquarium or something. We did that. It was a very strange place. Do you remember?
Yes, it was the aquarium.
Yeah,
and that's where Ursula worked. The aquarium with her babies.
Yeah. So it's let me get the kids to let the dogs out. They need a wee. Hang on, I can hear them yapping.
Okay, I'm going to answer. Go. I'm going to answer a couple of these questions. If somebody was asking what your favorite quarantine snacks are.
Our favorite quarantine what?
We'll get back to the story about the fish tank, but just somebody had asked what our favorite quarantine snacks were right now while we're in quarantine. This is one of my favorites.
What?
My friend Lauren Schmidt-Hisrich, who is the creator of The Witcher, sent me She postmated me 2 bottles of champagne when she heard I was out. like instantly. I was like, I love you.
That's
love.
amazing.
Well,
Well, I would say when I'm good hula hoops, no, when I'm good roasted cauliflower, when I'm bad hula hoops.
Yes, I've been trying to do, like when you asked, what did I have for lunch? I had some fish and like a brown rice cake with some hummus. So I was like pretty.
That's healthy. I had a ham sandwich because I'm in Britain, darling, and that's what you do. Because I'm.
Well, I'm doing a meatless. I'm doing meatless March, so only fish.
What do you mean you don't eat meat in March?
I'm doing a meatless March with Maisie. My oldest said, "Can we go like no meat?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I've done vegetarian the whole, except for like a pescatarian diet. The whole.
Oh, well done. I did vegan
so,
for 2 weeks, and I couldn't. My body, because everybody's body deals with stuff differently. I literally became teeth. I was just teeth walking around the place. I'm like, no, I can't do it. No pig died in veins.
No, you can't.
I need it in my life, so I couldn't deal. I'm like, no.
I hear you.
Actually went down to the local shop down in Ascot, which is you've heard of the Ascot racing, because when you're on the front cover of Hello magazine, it might be being at the Ascot races.
I need to be in a jaunty hat as well, like going.
A very jaunty hat, you will indeed, and a flowery situation. And so I did 2 weeks of vegan, thinking that it would somehow give me health, vitality, and more energy. And let's face it, I watched that documentary, and I thought I must try it. I'd lost so much weight, which I just can't afford to do. And I just, at the end of the 2 weeks, I'm like, okay, I've now dropped so much. I got in my car, drove myself to Ascot High Street to Anne Marie's Patisserie that does the finest British sausage sandwich on the planet of the earth. And I went in and I was queuing out. She goes, "Are you all right, darling?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need a sausage sandwich." She goes, "Oh, darling, you look hungry." I said, "I've been a vegan for 2 weeks." Like, "Oh my God, I'm putting 4 in here, love." And off I went with it, like a 4-bar sausage sandwich. It was so sweet. It was one of the most English things that had ever happened to me. It was just gorgeous. It was lovely.
I have to say, it hasn't been too hard, and I've really enjoyed finding like new things to eat. But someone wants a sausage buddy now. They're like, please, God, sausage buddy. I think, did we lose Vic? Nope, there she is. There you are. Are you back? Oh, it's very iffy. You're iffy. You're iffy. If, ands, or buts, my.
Yeah. I've got full.
Is somebody giving us judgment?
I don't know what's happening. Hey.
All right, we'll take a minute. Are you there?
I'm here.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
By the way, nobody's giving any judgment to vegans, and like, I just want to say this really, so I can hear you. Nobody is giving any judgment to vegans. You got to listen to your own body and whatever makes you happy. And I am happy that I've tried this.
100%.
I'm not saying that I will never have it again, but I'm enjoying finding different things to eat. Like, it's been exciting. So.
Well, but that's the thing. And I listen, if veganism had worked for my body, I would have been delighted, but it just didn't. And for some people, it's the holy grail. But you just have to listen to your body, right? That's all you can do. For some people, it is literally everything. It solves all the problems. No. Otherwise, I would have stuck with it. What works for me, whether I like it or not, is dairy, carbs, and meat.
What's your favorite quarantine hobby? Do you have something new that you've started since you've been home?
No, I'm homeschooling all day long. Where do I get to have a hobby? I mean, besides cycling, I have to say I'm really loving cycling the golf course all day with my son, or during the day. That is super, super fun. And and again, I'm back to Scrabble. But other than that, no, I don't have time. I haven't had time. Have you had time with all the classes?
Well, I have a little space.
I need to go to work for a break.
I have a little space right now because the kids are with their dad, and I've been playing more guitar, so I've been practicing that, which has been really fun.
Oh, super cool. Okay, so that's the band. Everybody's saying my video is super blurry. Is it super blurry?
Yeah. Do you want me to call you back? Do you want me to try and invite you again and see what happens?
Maybe. Let's see. Maybe it's just my Wi-Fi.
All right, I'll call you right back.
Right, okay, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
Oh, do I have to do?
It says I had to remove Victoria Smurfit, which just feels really awful, and that makes me sad. I'm inviting her again. Nope, that's a filter. We don't want to put a filter on. Go live with Victoria Smurfit. Let's see what happens, you guys. Let's see what happens.
On
There
my
she
back?
is. Yes. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Beautiful, clear as a bell. Like, that's my girl.
I wonder what happened. You see, I live around so many trees, Mer, that it makes basic things like Wi-Fi very tricky. So a friend of mine, when you think you're having it tough in quarantine, a friend of mine right now is in a house down the road surrounded by trees. She's quarantined because she's got a sore throat and a bit of a dry cough. So she's completely quarantined in her bedroom. And for her bedroom, there is zero Wi-Fi. So it comes and goes. So we don't realize how lucky we are to have access to the World Wide Web while we're all going through this. Did you read that article that said what would have happened if this had happened in 2005? Because you don't have access to all this stuff. We don't have the world at our fingertips. We're so lucky. But my friend Vic, who's also called Vic, I think you met Vic. No Wi-Fi at all. No.
They're all Vickies and Matts in England. It's like everybody's a Vicky or a Simon. Vickies and Simon.
People.
By the way, pineapple does not belong on
pizza. Not
pizza.
true, is it? You would?
Yeah, Vicky. It's not even Matt. By the way, somebody just asked if there should be pineapple on pizza, and no, there shouldn't ever.
Yes, there should. 100%. 100%. As long as there's pig on the pineapple pizza, yes. Yes.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
How did I not know this about you? How did I not know that we defer?
Stop speaking.
What?
No. I will have the Hawaiian. You stick with your meat feast or whatever you're doing. I don't
want meat feast. Clearly, I don't want meat feast. But for
not right now.
Don't you hate mushrooms? You hate mushrooms, don't you?
I love mushrooms. You hate
mushrooms.
Well,
then you would eat half of my pizza because I'd be all mushrooms, and you'd be like with your weird Hawaiian pizza. But okay.
Yeah, we'll just. How about this? We just get separate pizza.
How about we do that? We each get an individual.
Problem solved. Did we lose
That works. Huh?
I love it. Everyone's going, I'm with Merrin on this.
Oh, can you see it now? Can you see all the things?
I can.
Oh, you
I
can't
can
see the question.
Stuff coming in. It doesn't stay. It just kind of scrolls up.
Yeah.
I've never done this.
But you can't see. In fact, I think tonight I was gonna maybe do a soup, but it's a little too warm for soup. I think there might be a vegetarian.
We're in England. Shut up with that. It's too warm for soup. Okay.
I know.
She should not make things like that, should she?
Look at my outside. Look at my outside.
I'm in my summer dress and it's too warm for soup. Shut up. We're in boots.
Can you see my outside? That's my outside.
That looks so gorgeous. That looks really gorgeous. That's what I left.
There's the pool up there. There it is.
That looks excellent. I can't believe you never invited me over. Rude.
Are you crazy?
Rude.
You were invited many times. In fact, you weren't able to come to that birthday party that I did, that dinner party. You got the fever.
I remember, yeah. Hopefully that's the last fever I have. I really don't want a fever right now. That would be bad timing.
All right, I want to just stop for a second and say, I believe we've said thank you to all our workers in the, that are on the front line hospitals and anybody who's in the service industry right now, anybody who's still working to help keep things going, people at Apple, people at, restaurants, anybody, if anybody has an opportunity.
Pharmacists.
All of those people who are just showing up and doing the best that they can.
Yeah.
Like, our hats off to you. And by the way, hats off to all the fans who have always stuck by us. Like, that was 100 years ago that we did the show. And it's so lovely. So meaningful. Yeah. And you can find both of us on Cameo, can't we? You're on Cameo, right?
Yes. Actually, after this, I've got to get to my Cameo things. Because I was out of Wi-Fi for the weekend. So I've got to get to my Cameo ones this weekend or after we chat. Because it's really lovely. It's lovely being able to I hate that it's a one-way chat. But it's really lovely because I love it when people leave you a message saying, hey, this is happening in my life. Can you give me stuff about stuff? And hello, Dublin. And I love that because then you feel like you're having a two-way conversation even though you're not. So if you are booking cameos, please give me some sense of your day, your life, your world, so that I have something to engage, respond to.
Exactly. And
Really
No,
lovely.
I can't wait for that because I start tomorrow. Tomorrow
Oh
is beginning,
wow!
commences my cameo. So
Oh,
please do
I'm
the
gonna
same.
get one.
Do
Can I get one?
ah!
I'd be the
I'm
first one to go,
idiot.
I'd like a cameo, please. I think Sean will want one. For sure, Sean will want a cameo. No two ways about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no
Why
two
would he
ways
not
about
want a cameo of us?
it. I know.
It's too bad we can't cameo together. Like that's the thing. I start cameo tomorrow, by the way. I'm not on there yet, but it will all start tomorrow if I can figure out how to do all the things.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple. It's they make it easy. Don't worry.
Or maybe it'll start this afternoon, whatever I can get it together. And you have a proceeds that go to
Fighting
tell me
blindness.
about yes. So
Yeah.
part of your cameo goes to that.
It all goes there.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And part of my cameo is going to Friends and Helpers in Los Angeles.
What's that?
It is a charity that I know through K-Rock and Kevin Ryder at K-Rock. And they help women and children who have left domestic violence situations.
Oh wow! Great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yes.
That's very important. I used to live next door to a women's shelter when I lived in England or in London. 20 years ago. I hadn't realized until in the middle of the night you'd hear lots of screaming and yelling from fathers who'd found or husbands who'd found where their wives had gone to, and it was a shelter house. And we as neighbors were all told, as soon as you see that, call the police to be able to, because it had to be protected. It was you just think it's an incredible thing to have a sanctuary when you're scared. And there's an awful lot right now. Actually, I was reading an article in the New York Times about how domestic violence is going through the roof because with people quarantined, they're not able to get out from under. It's a pressure cooker. The stress, the fear. When's my job? When am I going to get paid? How am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to pay my bills? And then you've got a difficult relationship, and usually one partner is very much under the power and under the fear of the other, and how these people are really, really struggling because there's no way to get out, to go to a meeting, to go talk to people, to get away. So I think that's a very real thing that's happening within this quarantine, because the quarantine is going to pull up the very best of us as human beings and the very worst, because but it's also going to connect us all like in a community that's going to make us be more protective and concerned for each other, which I think is brilliant, because we've all been facing our phones like that, me.
Well,
so
that's what they're saying, is that I don't mean to interrupt, and I apologize for that, but even though my screen time is up, 271% from what it was, when I'm outside, I'm connecting with people, I'm saying hello, I'm that's one thing that I will say is my neighborhood, it's Mayberry out here. My kids are scooting, there's people biking, I had a neighborhood cocktail thing where everyone was outside with a drink, just having a chat across the street. There is a humanity, a humanness that's coming together, which if any good thing can come from this, and I encourage all of our friends and fans who are listening to find one thing to do a day, one thing a day.
Someone's
to do
learning
nice
languages and dancing. Great.
Yeah. And clean. Yeah.
Wow.
Do one nice thing for somebody. Check in on somebody. Just even giving a call to somebody and saying hey, or putting a card at the there's a guy who lives up the street, he's 97. You know what I'm saying? It's just just to connect and say hello, and it's there are some lonely people out there right now.
Because the loneliness is a killer, and fear as well. That's one of the things that Leo Varadkar said. And I was really impressed with him. He's our Taoiseach, our Prime Minister, our President, our Trump, though less orange and more fabulous. When he did his address to the country, he was like, yes, this is happening. Yes, it's scary. Yes, we're going to lock the country down. But, you have also, unpick from the news, unpick from obsessive compulsive refresh disorder. I'm paraphrasing him. Because the fear is also a virus. And so you've got to actually choose not to go down the rabbit hole of worst case scenario constantly, and try and connect with each other, even through distance. And also, as soon as 5G is in, it's going to feel like you're literally in the room. But anyway, I was really impressed with Vrecker. It was really smart to be able to say, yes, the virus is a virus, but fear is also a virus. So just watch yourself, because
True.
it can get just
eat your life.
Yeah, it can get dark and twisted.
We have 8 minutes left. Let's take one more question, because they're gonna cut it off. Everyone, I will save the live if I can figure out how to do that.
I have no idea.
But they'll cut us off.
You're the one with 271% extra screen time. You should know how to do this. I do not.
I listen to a lot of music on my phone. All right, here we go. I know it will stop after one. I get it. I got it that it's going to stop. So it says 12:51. So I'm giving us 8 minutes. I'm going to take us, I'll cut it off because I don't want to get cut off. So let's take one more question if I can pull it up.
Okay. And if I don't get to tell you, love you dearly. And to all of
I
you
love
who
you.
have tuned in, thank you so much. We'll do this again. You want to come and hit us up with questions on Cameo and Instagram and Twitter, and we'll be there for you. And Mer will be there for you this afternoon.
I guess, yes. The question is, what was it like to work together?
Oh God, she's my sister. Like, it was great fun. And also what's fantastic about working with Mer is she is like, there's no, like, Mer's going to give it to you. She's going to give it to you. And I love that. I have serious amounts. My favorite people in the world don't sugarcoat anything. They don't BS anything. They're just like, boom. And Mer is one of those people. And the minute I realized she's the girl that just goes, oh my God, what? Boom. I'm like, love her. It's great fun.
1,000% same. And the alternate question was, what was our favorite scene? And anything when you and I were together on that windy country road, driving in that crazy car, and you and me and Robert Carlyle, like, with the gun and knocking him on the ground, and all that was so magic. It was just like, like how we worked together when you and I were together. I mean, and this is why I think the fans are so like, we just had like a thing. There just was. It's like, you can't pay for it. You can't fake it. It just either is there or it is not. And
I remember when I was driving the snowy like precipices, and you'd be like, oh my God, you really gonna let her drive? I'm like, yeah, baby. You were so scared.
I was like, this is how I die. This is how I die.
Yeah,
you were so
scared.
In the mountains of like Vancouver.
Darling, I played a cop for 8 years. I can drive a car at top speed in precarious situations. I did it in London. It's good.
You and I, from the minute we met at that brunch, and then like we all went and like helped each other with auditions, like with you, me, and Chris. But like you and I just were like that. We just really, and we had kids together, and we were both going through stuff together, and it was just it was the mama bear bonding.
Amen.
Mama bear bonding.
That is true. You're not rid of me yet, Pat.
Nope. No, never. All right. Well, we should say goodbye to everybody so we don't get the red light, get the cut.
Goodbye, and thank you to all.
Appreciate everyone.
Love you, Mer. Be safe. Get the sunshine for me. Post some over.
I will. And everyone, stay safe. Stay home. London.
Stay home. Please.
New York. Stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home. And stay home and watch Once Upon a Time and order cameos.
Absolutely. Bye, team. Love you, Mer. Be safe.
Love you, sweetheart. Love you. Bye.